talking about. We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. Here we go now. I'm talking about Mr. Gulley, and you don't know where he's been. Oh no, he's been right in your alley. Well, I'm Mr. Gulley, yes I am. So what we talking about? We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. One, two, three, four. They call me Mr. Gulley. I've got something for your ear. Now it might sound kind of funny, but I'll make it very clear. So what we talking about? We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. Here we go now. I'm talking about Mr. Gulley, and you don't know where he's been. Oh no, he's been right in your alley. Well, I'm Mr. Gulley, yes I am. So what we talking about? We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What is shaking? You asked for it. You got it. Tonight, let me tell you about black widow spiders. And you know, it's really a little, well, it's gratifying in one sense and it's sad in another. Here's Billy Zane, one of the many celebrities that come to this show for our intermittent spider coverage. which isn't any of my doing. It's because you guys asked for it. You wanted the spider, so. And Billy, of course, put up some of his things there, but I don't see Christian Slater. And I'm doing this show just for Christian Slater and his inexplicable addiction to spider information. Goat is here. Great to see him. I can't really say the full name. Funny and rhyming though it is. Almost no one watching the show tonight, which will influence our potential of spider shows in the future. Greatly, I might add. It will greatly influence. It will greatly influence. I have got a thing on one of my coasters that is just there. I got it off. It was an occlusion. I have an occlusion on one of my coasters. Hey, do me a favor, very few of you. Like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell. I'm sure we'll get lots of people watching this one on demand. Do all those free things you can do for the program. Don't cost you nothing. Not a penny. All right? Like, share, subscribe, retweet, especially those likes, especially those shares. Get them out there to your friends. We all know your friends like spiders. Your friends like obscure shows about obscure things with an untalented host, right? Just like you do. Let me put the begging bar up. There's the begging bar right there. You can also help us out on PayPal. That's where you give the most and I get the most, and YouTube doesn't get a cent. And then there's our merch store, which has the skant collection. If you guys are really lucky, you know what? I think I might be able to get a skant. How many pictures do I have here? I can probably get a skant up here right now. Goat said he blames the Major League Baseball wild card rounds. What are you going to do? I would believe that, Goat, except for I don't think that many people watch baseball like they used to anymore. Baseball used to do a big thing. It used to be a big. Oh, you know what? I think I can go directly to this. I do. There we go. I think I can go directly to this. I think I made a spot. I might not have. But I just think baseball used to be a big thing. If you look at like the 60s and 70s, baseball used to get huge numbers for like the World Series and stuff, and they have steadily just, oh, that's not the thing I wanted. Why am I making this so hard? I'm just going to type in skant. I didn't want to have to type in skant on my computer. It makes me feel silly. It just makes me feel silly to have to type in skant. Where's the final skant? There's got to be a skant with here. I've got a bunch of other skant. Here we go. Right here we go. Here we go. Ooh, that's a big file. I'm going to show it to you anyway because I don't care. I don't care. Atta baby. Look at that. Let's get me off of there. Look at that. That's our new skant design. Anyway, if you go to our merch store, you just go to the TomGulleyShow.com. You go to the store. There's a way to navigate around there in the product section where it just says the skant collection, and man, it's on candles and all sorts of crap. It sure is. Boy and howdy, isn't it? Let me tell you. What the hey? There I am. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, why don't we get into this? A lot of the skant stuff out there. You want to see it again? There you go. Who wouldn't want that on a t-shirt? All right. Well, I guess Christian Slater isn't here. He'll never hear the end of this. But let's talk a little bit about black widow spiders. Now, I thought we were just going to do a simple pastoral down-home country show on No frills. Mary Sue in her gingham dress. Just a simple show about black widow spiders. But guess what? I turned over that rock, and not only did a whole bunch of black widow spiders round out from underneath it, which is actually kind of anachronistic when you consider how black widow spiders usually behave. There's a lot to unpack here with your widow spiders. Because, okay, the black widow spider is part of a genus of spiders called Latrodectus, which I covered a little bit in the show yesterday. Latrodectus. And those are known as widow spiders, all right? And there are several species that are widows of some kind or another. And part of that group is known as black widows. But there's another part known as brown widows, and then there's other similar spiders, okay? And so there's a family that genus belongs to called Theridae, and that genus, Latrodectus, contains 34 species. So get your globe out, because there's a bunch of North American ones. There's the southern black widow, the western black widow, and the northern black widow. I guess the East didn't get one. I guess nobody likes the East. All right. And so, oh, wait. I'm losing viewers. Here, this will keep them. This will keep them right here. Look at that. Look at that, baby, right there. That's what the people want right there. Yeah, that's what they want. Yeah, that's what they want. That's a western black widow, by the way, known as Latrodectus hesperus. Southern black widow is Latrodectus mactans, and the northern black widow is the Latrodectus varios. Oh, sorry I'm late. Had an audition for Gleaming the Cube Part 2. And there he's got all of his spiders. Don't worry, Christian. I got plenty of spiders for you today. Good to see you. Although a little hurtful that you're late. North America also has the red widow, Latrodectus bishopi, and the brown widow, Latrodectus geometricus, which, in addition to North America, has a much wider geographic distribution. These can kind of be found everywhere, but there's the European black widow. By the way, here's that black widow red, whatever the hell. The red widow kind of thing. Notice how it has more. It doesn't have just the hourglass shape on it like this one does. It has more. And by the way, I was stunned to find out there's a whole bunch of different shapes of these babies, right? There is a whole bunch of patterns of these. Goat says he's partial to the red widow. Well, we all have our favorites. There's a European black widow. There's the Australian redback spider, and we all know that the Australians are the kings of spiders. They're crazy about spiders over there. And then in southern Africa, they're called button spiders. The South American black widow spiders, Latrodectus corallineus and Latrodectus curacavensis, and the species vary widely in size. Now, in most cases, the females, you want to see another creepy spider? Okay, man, there you go. The females, that's another widow spider. The females are dark in color and can be identified by reddish markings. Even that one has reddish markings on the underside, the ventral, the abdomen, and those are normally hourglass shaped. Christian Slater still upset he never got the role in Arachnophobia. I mean, the one that Jeff Bridges had? You'd have been good in that role. Now, these spiders are small, usually. Okay? Billy Zane wants all the spiders, baby. Yes, and Mandy Patriot asks, isn't Medea considered a black widow? In some circles, yes. Now, I'm going to do this next section, and then I'm going to tell you a little black widow story. A little black widow story. Oh, wait, did I get to the... Okay, now these spiders are usually very small. They're not big. They're little tiny spiders. They're not very big at all. But they have an unusually potent venom containing the neurotoxin latrotoxin, which causes the condition latrodectism, both named after the genus of spiders. Now, the female widow spiders have unusually large venom glands, which we as boys learn in junior high school. See, I made a little. Anyway, and their bite can be particularly harmful to larger vertebrates, including humans. However, despite all the stories you hear, despite what you see on TV, latrodectus bites very rarely cause death or produce serious complications. Only the bites of the females, by the way, are dangerous to humans. The bites of male latrodectus, not a big deal. Now, latrodectism, the illness caused by the bite of a widow spider, causes pain, muscle rigidity, vomiting, and sweating, and it is a nerve toxin. Nervous system, okay? Now, it's time for a little story. Dun, dun, dun. By the way, here is one of the legendary hourglass-shaped figures on a macro, let's see here. What kind of spider is this? This is Latrodectus hesperus. So this is going to be the, hold on, the Western black widow. That's the one that probably most of us, when we think of a black widow, this is the one that most people are thinking of. By the way, if you look really closely, you can see the hers. You can see the hers on that. Music Biz Marty, who's been dead for quite some time, says, wow, that's scary. Spiders here in Hades are not as bad as. I'll take that. Take your word for that. I will take your word for that. And by the way, that picture's creepy. I have more creepy pictures to follow. A whole bunch of them. Here's one of the creepier pictures I have. Oh, yes, it's Skant. But this one's creepy enough, I think. Why don't I have that? This is the mactans. This is the Latrodectus mactans, which is the southern black widow. And you can tell it's the southern black widow because it speaks with a little bit of a drawl. I'm a southern black widow. That's what I am. This is a pair of tweezers holding a Hesperus, the Latrodectus hesperus, which is the most common one. It's the Western one. And the Western one is the one that I'm going to tell you a story about because, okay, as many of you know, I used to live in Utah. Not just anywhere in Utah, but very, 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 very remote Utah, up in the mountains. The area where I lived had lots of black widows. If you saw underneath like somebody's patio or those kind of places, you know, or under the eaves of a building, they are almost guaranteed to be a black widow. Well, my brother had this very nice place there. It's sort of a very rustic, kind of a giant A-frame that used to have shaker shingles all over it, and then they finally covered those with like this metal thing. Anyway, but the back porch was an elevated back sort of patio made of wood, and underneath it there would be firewood and stuff would be stored there. And we were cleaning all of that out because, over a period of years, and various, bark and leaves, and then clean it out, put the wood back in, it's all tidy then. And while we were doing that, and while we were doing the whole outside of the building, by the way, tidying up and stuff, noticed several black widows. Now I'm like, let's get some rage or something, kill those babies right now. But he's a real nature guy. He doesn't like to kill any living creature for any reason. Figures they're here on the planet for a reason. But we spotted them here and there. They don't group together or anything. They're not a commune, for crying out loud. So he starts clearing that stuff out, as do I. And at a certain point, he says, ouch. And apparently he saw it happen. He was doing something, saw him, and it bit him. We were both wearing gloves. Bit him right at the end of his glove. Right where his glove ended, bam, bit him. Now, I'm all worried. I'm like, oh my God, it's a black widow. We're in trouble now. And he's like, no, let's go inside. He immediately washed it out. I forget, he did something else. I don't think it was tryptophan, but he did something else to it. And the work was done for the day. But he goes, I got this quick enough. Probably I'm not going to feel. He goes, the only thing it does is make you feel like crud for a couple days. And he didn't even feel that bad ever. He got it really, really, really fast. But a buddy of his got bit by one of not too bad of a size. And for all we know, my brother was bitten by a male. Well, who knows? We didn't sex the darn thing. But a buddy of his got bitten by one and did have not fun symptoms for about 2 days. He just felt like awfulness. So there's the thing. Now, if you are already sick, if you are elderly, if you are a very, very small child, and you get enough of this neurotoxin, latrotoxin, then you're in big trouble. Then you could die. Okay? Very rarely does it happen. Very rarely. Very rarely. All right, what else we got here? Goat says, terrifying. Hey, Sky is here. Sky, I got even more questions for you. Let's see here. I didn't know there were multiple. Oh, Sky, I'm not even done yet. There's 34 different kinds of widow spider. Got to suck that venom out. He didn't suck it out. He just got to sex those black widows. Yeah, you hold them up. Whoa, Tom Venom. He loves the new name. Well, I'm thinking of starting a punk band. Anyway. Any old way. I think I have a female here somewhere. I think. Pretty sure that's a female. Yeah, that is a female. That is a female. How can you tell? She's got a little junk in the trunk. Anyway, female widow spiders are usually dark brown or shiny black when they're fully grown. And they've got that hourglass surface underneath. This is a sort of a bizarre one. This is your... I'll get to it. No, hold on. I know the name. Hold on. I got it written down right here. Oh, God. Why do they have to make me? This is your Latrodectus treticim guttatus. And this one is swollen with eggs, fellas, so get your dollar bills ready. Anyway, some may have a pair of red spots, some may have no markings at all. Males have various red or red and white markings on the dorsal, the upper side of the abdomen. There might be a stripe or bars or spots. And females of a few of the species are pale brown and don't have any bright markings. I think that would be kind of like this brown widow spider right here. Although there are some markings there, but that doesn't really look like a widow spider, but it is a widow spider. The bodies range from about 1/10 of an inch to a little under 1/2 of an inch. Some females can measure a 1/2 inch in their body length, not including the legs. Including the legs, female adult black widows generally measure from 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Now, fellas, I don't want to go too far into this. Here's another brown widow spider, just to keep the audience happy with a lot of creepy spider pictures. Let's see here. I don't know. A lot of people don't know this, but spiders actually have 10 legs. If you say so, man. Let's see here. Black as the Ace of Spades. Oh, hi, Turkatron. Nice to see you, Turkatron. Why am I hungry for tacos all of a sudden? She's hot. That's the other one. Try saying that 5 times fast. Oh, I've been saying all the Latin names throughout this. They're not easy. Judy Tester says, which one gives you Miles Morales powers? I don't know. The Peter Parker powers are the ones. Swollen with eggs. That's my wife you're talking about. Gilman says, best named spider, brown recluse, should be renamed. Brown recluses scare me way more than black widows because they're necrotic and your arm will rot off. Jesse from Pot Awful says, little spider trivia for you, Tom. A spider's webbing is made of the same stuff as human fingernails, just not as tasty. Turkatron says, what happened with that spider that went up the water spout after the rain came down and washed it out? I don't remember the rest of that thing. By the way, Jesse from Pod Awful, there was a service you were going to do me because I had done you a service. I was wondering if that had been done yet. If it hasn't, don't worry about it. I won't mention it again. It's the last you'll hear of it. Now, fellas, I don't want to make too big of this thing of this, all right? It's Christian. That's his favorite nursery rhyme. Should Google image search necrotizing fasciitis? No, that's what brown recluses do. Service. Got that spider. Well, speaking of that, Billy Zane, the predisposition of sexual cannibalism, which happens to be a hit song by Marvin Gaye from the 1980s, a behavior in which the female eats the male after mating, is what inspired the name widow spiders. Okay, these guys just didn't go out for a pack of smokes and get hit by a bus. No, the chick ate them. Okay, all right. Now, doing that may actually help raise the odds of the offspring surviving. Females of some species only rarely show this behavior, and much of the documented evidence that's out there for wake up, sexual cannibalism has been observed in laboratory cages where males couldn't escape. Because if the guy can escape, this is, after all, a black widow. Male black widow spiders tend to select their mates by determining if the female has eaten already. Are you full? Are you going to eat your fat? Then, if you know she's full, then it's time to let's get it on. Because she's already eaten, she's likely to not eat you after you've done the dirty. They're able to tell if the female is fed by sensing chemicals in their web. Yes, I already showed that one. Let's show you another one. There you go. All right. In their web. Yes, the web. Yes. Latrodectus hesperus. And I showed you one of those earlier. Where is that sucker? Where is the hesperus? Hold on. There he is. There he is. There's the Latrodectus. That's the western black widow. That one is referred to as an opportunistic cannibal because in dire situations, it will resort to cannibalism. In addition to sexual cannibalism, Latrodectus hesperus are also known to engage in sibling cannibalism, although no word on why. So the sibling thing is kind of, well, that's just unfortunate. That's just unfortunate. Jesse from Pot Oval says, here's a brain beater for you. Spiders are the oldest species of insect known on the planet. Jared said, what I miss? A lot of spider stuff, sure. I don't remember what service we are talking about. Well, we aren't talking about them, about the service. I was talking about it, and there was a certain thing that was going to disappear, or things that were going to disappear from the vox populi of the internet. Like other members of Theridiidae, widow spiders make webs of irregular, tangled, sticky, silken fibers, like the ones behind me. You know how long that took me? Black widow spiders prefer to nest near the ground in dark, undisturbed areas, like I was telling you about, right? Usually in small holes produced by animals or around construction openings or wood piles. Yeah, usually, things like that. Indoor nests are in dark, undisturbed places, such as under desk or furniture, or in a basement, or under the sink. The spider frequently hangs upside down near the center of the web, waits for insects to blunder in. They blunder in. They're web in the face. And they get stuck. Before the insect can extricate itself, the spider rushes over to envenomate. Yeah, there's a word for it. And wrap it in silk. To feed, the spider's mouth pulses digestive juices over the prey, usually on the face or the chest, depending on the category of the website you're visiting, what that dictates. Which then liquefies, which the spider internalizes by capillary action, sucking the slurry of insect goo into its mouth. Their prey consists of small insects such as flies, mosquitoes, grasshoppers, beetles, and caterpillars. If the spider perceives a threat, it quickly lets itself down to the ground on a safety line of silk. Yes. They have very, very poor eyesight. They depend on vibrations reaching them through their webs. When a widow spider is trapped, it is unlikely to bite, preferring to play dead or flick silk at the threat. Bites occur when they can't escape. Many injuries to humans are due to defensive bites delivered when a spider gets unintentionally squeezed or pinched. Yes. By the way, the blue mud dauber species is a wasp that in Western North America is the primary predator of black widow spiders. They love them, can't get enough of them. By the way, we're halfway through the show. Please like, please share, please retweet. Like, share, retweet, notification bell. All the free things you can do, absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a penny, not even a penny, not a cent. So far, Gilman with the $1.99, best named spider. Thank you, Gilman. That is much appreciated. I don't know why the rest of these strap hangers don't think this is worth paying for. Let me see here. All right. Blue mud dauber. The ultimate tensile strength and other physical properties of like the Western black widow's silk are similar to properties of silk from other orb weaving spiders. Let's not even talk about that. Comparable to that of steel wire of the same thickness. How about that? Yeah. Yeah. You know. Spiders, and I'm sure Christian Slater knows this, spiders of the genus Stetoda, often mistaken for widow spiders and known as false widow spiders. While their bite can be painful, they are significantly less harmful to humans. This whole species was kind of named in 1805 for the species Lectrodectus tradisimingatatus and Lectrodectus mactans. Arachnologist Herbert Walter Levi revised the genus in 1959, studying the female sexual organs, noting their similarity described across the species. He concluded the color variations were variable across the world, and he reclassified the redback and several other species as subspecies of the black widow spider. Can you dig it? Do I have any more pictures to show you? There's the western again. There you go. There's the western. And then I got to get to some of your comments, PDQ. Let me see. Let's see. Christian Slater says this pod guy is correct about the oldest living thingamabooby. You know, you can find these babies on every continent of the world except Antarctica. The southern, the western, and northern widows are found in the U.S., equally in western Mexico, as well as parts of southern Canada, particularly in the Okanagan Valley of British Columbia, as the gray or brown widow spiders and the red widow spiders. The most prevalent species occurring in eastern Asia and Australia is commonly called the redback. They're often confused with spiders in the genus. I already said that. Then we're going to do the venom, and then we'll be done. Horrid username says, seeing less and less spiders in my area lately, and more flies and wasps. Curious. The male black widow is called the male black widower, and it spends a lot of time walking, playing shuffleboard. Christian Slater says the western's my favorite spider and grip, to be honest. Gilman says the myth is you swallow 10 spiders in your life while you sleep. Myth or fact, that is a myth. Christian Slater with more spiders. Horde says despite my partner's distaste for spiders, we could use them to get rid of the flies around here. Is Tom being interrogated? No. Your dignity. Spiders come in 5 distinct shapes. Yes, but we're only talking about one today. Doo is here. How about that? Learning so many things about spiders. Julian Zezer is here. Julian Zezer made me laugh so hard yesterday. I even laughed again today about it. Christian Slater and Billy Zane, just some of the B-list celebrities, formerly A-list, that you will find in the chat room here on the Tom Gulley Show, as well as Jared. Goo says Sky. Blue mud shark. No, we don't have mud sharks on this. Turkatron says, I heard that daddy longlegs are not spiders. Is this true? I'll have to cover that on the Daddy Longlegs show. There are 200 kinds of spider that shift gender at will. Horde username says, I'm going to buy a hat or iconic Tom Gulley clock soon once my finances smooth out. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Christian Slater, thank you so much for the $4.99. What's the tastiest spider, in your opinion? Spider Rico? Black Widow by Alice Cooker is a ripping song. I can dig it. Thank you very much for the super chat there, by the way, Christian Slater. A lot of people should follow your lead. And we do have memberships, $2.99 a month. The best value on the internet. What kind of spider was Charlotte? A talking spider. They actually recently discovered an Antarctic spider. When didn't it get there in somebody's boot? Up fingers. Yes, we need those likes. We desperately need those likes. Many spiders are currently laying eggs in my rotting body, says the late music Bismarcky official. You only swallow 7 spiders a year. You don't swallow any. Tom should watch Killer Bee Guy. I've been around the killer bees. The blue widow went extinct in the 1600s. B-list. Have you not seen my role in Mr. Robot? What's the TV show, Christian, you were in that was on for a year or two? My Own Worst Enemy? I have the box set right over there on that coffee table. Right over there. I don't know what that means. Spider Rico isn't a thing, and I would not have donated if I heard your Beam It List comment first. I said you used to be A-list. I thought you were just taking some time off. And do I need to repeat? I have My Own Worst Enemy, the box set right over there. How many people can say that? I love your work. You were in Pump Up the Volume. It's the reason I got into radio. Kind of. Deep fried tarantula is not bad. Not great, but not bad. Tastes like chicken. You don't know how many spiders I swallow. Oh, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about me. Wu-Tang Killer Bees. Swallowing spiders is not a science, it's an art. I love the segments where Tom argues with celebs. Well, there's a lot of them. Due to the presence of latrotoxin in their venom, black widow bites are potentially dangerous and may result in systemic effects, latrodexism, like I said, including severe muscle pain, abdominal cramps, diaphoresis, and I know you guys are wondering what that is. It's the fluid, it's basically abundant sweating. Tachycardia, you know what that is. That's, your heart exceeding its resting rhythm. And muscle spasms. Symptoms usually last for 3 to 7 days, but may persist for weeks. 1933, a University of Alabama medical facility guy, Alan Blair, conducted an experiment on himself to document the symptoms of a black widow bite and to test whether someone can build immunity after being bitten. The effects of the bite were so painful and harsh that Blair failed to complete the experiment and didn't allow being bitten a second time. Each year in the United States, about 2,500 people report being bitten by a black widow, but most do not need medical treatment. Most bites have no venom injected, a dry bite. In the United States, a 2012 review by the American Association of Poison Control Centers found no deaths from black widows since 1983. Black widows are not especially aggressive spiders, and they rarely bite humans unless startled or otherwise threatened. So contrary to popular assertions, most people who are bitten suffer no serious damage, let alone death. There you are. Since venom is not usually life-threatening, anti-venom has been used as pain relief and not to save lives. However, a study demonstrated that standardized pain medication, when combined with either anti-venom or a placebo, had similar improvements in pain and resolution of symptoms. And that, sadly, is all I have to tell you about the brown, black, the widows that we have. Don't you know? That's all I got to tell you. Let me do something here real quick, which is something I do. There's 20 minutes left in the show. By the way, Monday's show will be on Mr. Rogers. Monday, we're going to talk about Mr. Rogers. Oh, we may talk a little about his neighborhood as well. But we'll definitely talk about Mr. Rogers. That's going to be the thing we talk about. Oh, for the love of Mike, come on here. Why they gotta make it so difficult? Why gotta be like that? Why it gotta be like that, man? You know what I'm saying? Boom shakalaka. Come on now. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. All right. And that's all I have to tell you about them damn spiders. That's it. It's all the spider stuff. For crying out loud. Well, let's see what we got. We got more things here. Okay. Send me your address and I'll mail you a signed VHS. Pump up the volume. Who was the chick in that? I forget who the chick was. Let's see. Black widow spider bites make your certain part of your body hurt real bad. Your dog used to eat spiders. Hey, Dupa. Go Eagles. I knew a guy in my old neighborhood named Skeeter who would let black widows bite him on purpose. Said it. All right, I got to start reading these, obviously. The Corn Song. I hope Tom Venom returns. Oh, yeah. I had a spider in my bathroom for a long time that we called Mr. Longlegs. He wasn't a daddy Longlegs. We just called him that. Turns out it was a female with a clutch of eggs, and we had to destroy him. I had a friend that had a spider up in the corner of his shower, and I went to visit. He didn't live in the same town as me. I went to visit, and I saw this spider when I was getting in here, and I went out, and I go, you didn't realize you got a big-ass spider in the upper corner of your shower? And he says to me, yeah, I do. And it was the opposite end of the shower head. And I'm like, you want me to take that thing out? I'll kill it right now. No. It's been there for like a year and a half or some crazy amount of time. And he's like, I feed it and I did all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever, man. Whatever. He tried to convince me that there were flies in the house once in a while and the spider killed him. I'm like, the flies go into the shower. Why don't you just kill the flies and kill the spider? As a matter of fact, if you kill the spider, if you kill the flies and quit feeding the spider will just die. Because all bugs must die. Do you ever do the spider bite trick, Tom? I have no idea what that is. Gilman, that's crazy. It is crazy. I tried to tell him it was crazy. He wouldn't listen to me. Dude wouldn't listen to me. Oh, I pinned the link, by the way. Like I always do. The link has been pinned. You hear it's like, yeah, then I definitely don't do that trick. What the spider bite trick? Do you just pretend like you've been bitten by a spider that affects your breathing? Tom, you're an arachnophobe. You probably have secret repressed spider-loving tendencies. No, I pretty much kill all bugs when I see them. I've never fallen, like, oh, look how cute that bug is. No, they all had mandibles. They all have creepy legs. They all... The person who just entered my room to be put online, do you honestly expect me to put that photo up? Do you really honestly? I'm going to put Scont up here. And then I will add you to the stage with me. And then hello, Dylan. How are you?
No, it's me, Jesse.
I knew it was.
I forgot I had this name in that profile picture from a different StreamYard.
It was a different time, was it?
I didn't even look at it. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Okay, well, you can. I guess since we know who it is, you can put it back up if you
want.
Okay.
All right. Well, then this is what he was talking about. Was this guy right
Dylan,
here.
If I only could get you to rethink the error of your ways.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
Oh,
Don't be making really bad student videos.
Oh, the rootin' tootin' you're talking
Don't
about.
be making bad student videos. Come on.
Obviously, I disavow the actions of Dylan Klebold, but I do feel the need to honor his memory. He was a big fan of mine.
Well, and I thought you just couldn't get away from that smile.
He does have a cute smile. He was a cute guy, actually. I think this is the one that
You say so.
I think Klebold's the one where when people say that I look like a school bang bang guy, that they think they mean him. Because I can't think of a single long hair bang bang school guy. You know?
Why don't you ever appear like on camera on my show? Just out of curiosity.
I don't have my makeup on.
You don't wear any makeup, and then
I have very bad eczema.
Only 20. So do I. It never stopped me. Plus, only 20 people are going to see you on this show.
Yeah, but you
cares?
post one little thing, and then also I don't have.
You afraid Josh Moon will find the?
I don't have my
picture?
readers with me either, so.
Your readers.
But yes, the topic is spiders, right?
I trust you remember that thing I was talking about.
I wanted to ask you about that. I remember you asked me to do something. I swear I don't remember what it was.
It wasn't a quid pro quo, but you said you would do it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
There may or may not be some things out there in the internets that.
Is it on my website? My website?
No. It's on the YouTube.
On YouTube.
That might be.
Is it on my channel?
We'll cover it later. It's one of the channels you control.
You can just message me. You can just. I only control one channel.
You know, you say that.
I can ask somebody if it's like a.
No, you can command your minions, is what you.
I can try. It's probably Scampus if I had to guess.
No, it's not. All right, so spiders. What do you know about spiders?
I gave you a lot of facts in the chat earlier.
Good. Those were great. I mean, what do you know specifically about black widow spiders?
Well, black widow. So I grew up in an area that was just absolutely reeked with black widows.
Rife.
Oh yeah,
Was it rife with them?
You had to. Brown recluse and black widow.
Hey, did you hear me say the thing about I'm more scared of a brown recluse than I am? Be. Because those will rot your arm off. And really, a black widow, you might feel bad for a day or two. But
black widows are not actually dangerous, really, at all.
No.
But they are scary looking, and the name sounds scary. But yeah, a brown recluse, when we had one popped out of the closet in my house growing up. It was like, you might as well have seen a ghost. That's a horrifying thing to see. And isn't it strange that the two scary, deadly spiders
just want to hide
are black and brown? It seems kind of.
Well, it's
on the nose,
the way it turned out. I know that, like, my mom had her best friend. Got bit like just below her shoulder. Like it was summertime. She was wearing like a bathing suit or something, and she reached under this. I don't know how it happened, but she got bit by a brown recluse, and just kind of passed it off as just a spider bite of any kind. And like 2 or 3 days later, it's just her shoulder's about to rot off, and she had to go to the doctor for like 6 years to keep getting this skin resected because it just kept necrotizing and well, even though I know now black widows aren't really that dangerous, I was a kid, you were told like, oh my God, stay away. And there's this guy from my neighborhood, friend of mine, Jonathan. We called him Potato Chip because he used to take potato chips and put them behind his ears. Boogery kid. He was one of those boogery gingers, where the boogers are always coming out.
he would literally sometimes just be breathing and a bubble would be forming out of his nose.
Yeah.
Cross-eyed.
Always crusty around his
Oh
nose.
my
Yeah.
God. No, crust would be nice. It was wet. This was an active.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we were in an active
Thinking
state.
of I was in a cold weather state, so even you'd have bubbles and crust.
He was a lot like that kid, Scott Farkas, you know?
Yeah.
It was cross-eyed as the day is long. And he had to wear an eye patch for a few years. They put an eye patch on him to try to train his eyes to not, go goofy no more. And he was a year younger than me and my friends. And one day we were over at his house, and he was like, "Guys, look at this," and he had the snot coming out of his nose, and he's looking at us all cross-eyed. And he opens up his hand. He's got a black widow in his hand.
Good God.
And we're like, what are you doing? We lost it. And we were all in a tree house. He had a tree house. Well, that's why we'd go to his house. He had a tree house.
Mm-hmm. One of those kids.
You'd go to
wanted. Yeah.
I had a tree house too, but he had a tree house that was, a little bit more secluded. And so you go over there to go use his tree house, play with his toys. Not really friends with him. You just use his stuff.
Yeah.
You laugh at the potato chips behind his ears. And his dad, by the way, strange character, didn't have a belly button.
No navel.
Nothing. He was a test tube baby. It was crazy.
He was seedless.
I don't know if that was some sort of experimentation going on, some sort of Frankensteinian thing. No offense. It's some sort of monster released or whatever. But yeah, his dad would love showing off his belly to us, and nothing there, smooth as a Ken doll. And
Gilman, they should rename the brown recluse the flesh rotting spider.
Strange thing about it too, he never navel gazed. He was not introspective in the least.
Did not examine his past behavior or current. So did Snot Boy when he got bit? Was he spasming? Was he doing anything?
I don't think he got bit. He was just playing with this Black Widow. He was like, "It's my friend," as the boogers drained from his head.
Yeah.
And we freaked out and ran out of the tree house. And of course, then I find out years later he was right. You can just play with the Black Widow. Meanwhile, then a later date, I got bit by a spider. I don't even know what kind it was. Left these 2 little puncture holes in my hand. Terrible.
And you gained the power to leap from building to building.
No, I was born with that ability. But I had this real bad, disgusting, oozing lump on my hand. It was bright purple, like neon almost. These 2 obvious holes in it from where it punctured me. And this lump was, I would say it was about the size of a grape. And just absolutely disgusting. You'd touch it and it would throb.
What kind of grape? Like a white grape or
like a purple one?
Purple grape, so smaller grape. Okay.
Smaller grape, but still, on your hand as a child, that's
pretty big.
And if you squeezed it, this stuff would come out. It was like easy cheese. It was horrific, and it never stopped. It just kept going.
I never heard the term easy cheese till like 4 or 5 years ago. We called it Cheese Whiz.
Cheese Whiz is the stuff in a can, or not a can, but a jar that they put on a Philly cheesesteak.
You can get Cheese Whiz out of a spray.
That's a misnomer. That's people messing up. Cheese Whiz is the stuff in a jar that they put on a cheesesteak. Easy cheese is the stuff that you spray out of a can.
Let me see here.
I promise you, this is a classic blunder that people make. You can do a whole episode about this. Let me tell you about easy cheese, actually.
Okay.
Now, Cheese Whiz is a liquid cheese product.
That's what we called it. Was Cheese
a lot
Whiz.
of people do. I don't know where that comes from. They're messing up real bad.
Well, I'm gonna have to do a show on Cheese Whiz now.
Or are you gonna do it on Cheese Whiz or Easy Cheese? These are different things.
I'm probably going to do Cheese Whiz, and there'll be like a side. But there is a spout top can of Cheese Whiz. However, I'm gonna I do see other information.
The classic platonic ideal of Cheese Whiz is the liquid cheese in a jar, and the classic platonic ideal of Easy Cheese is the spray cheese.
Platonic or utopian? I think, but I never heard the term Easy Cheese. Maybe it's kind of like Coke or Kleenex, you know. It's just that's what people called it, even though it was another thing. I don't know.
Yeah, and I want to address Chris in chat. It doesn't come in a bottle. Whatever Canada's got is gay and wrong, obviously, and we're not talking about that.
There is some stuff that says that it comes in a glass bottle.
It's a glass. It's like a stout glass jar.
It's like those things that you get for taquitos or something that has nachos cheese in them.
Yes, it's like a nacho cheese jar. Yeah.
Jesse's correct. Let this go, Tom. Don't make me take the picture of the spout top Cheese Whiz I just found.
I'm sure. Listen, they would be silly to not have done that at some point, simply because so many people get it wrong and think that is what they sell.
Well, and I think I'm agreeing with you 100%. And I think they finally just went, look, why don't we get in on the spray cheese game? A little bit.
I was going to say, I bet you anything they've done that, and maybe even vice versa. Maybe Easy Cheese has gone the Whiz route at some point. But when you say Cheese Whiz, you should mean the thing in the jar and Easy Cheese. That's what makes it easy, is you're spraying it.
Gotcha. Well, then what makes it a whiz?
You don't want to know.
What would make it a whiz then?
You really don't. There's some questions that you will regret asking, Tom.
Well, I know. I asked one the other night.
This is one. That's a question for Pat and or Gino, and we'll just leave it at that.
I asked one the other night about, did somebody just copy a CD, or was that the actual original CD that had been written on with a Sharpie?
You're talking about the Mersh CD. Everybody's
Yes.
asking about Menace to Sobriety. No, I have it physically right here.
Yeah, and that's an
You hear that?
original. That's an original. That's not, nobody made a copy for you.
This
That's
is
an
the
original.
real deal.
And his gnarled
Holyfield.
claw hand wrote
yeah.
with a Sharpie on that CD that you possess. Your DNA and Mersh's DNA have mingled now.
Well, that's already
Because-
happened before, but yeah. We've
There-
commingled before.
Yes, there is a Cheese Whiz spray version, but it is branded as Kraft Heinz Cheese Whiz Aerosol Sharp Cheddar Cheese.
Right. Why do they call it co-mingle? Wouldn't all mingling involve at least one other person? Thus, it's always co.
I think some things mingle just on a personal basis.
Oh,
Like
okay.
your
I
dead
see.
skin
So you
sense
mean,
of commingling would be more than one thing mingling.
so you're saying like a guy, working his way through a party, just talking to everybody. He's mingling, the other people aren't.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also
All right.
talking about on your own body. Your dead skin cells can mingle with saliva or whatever else,
Yeah, well,
they're
my-
not commingling.
My saliva is mingling with Mersh's dead skin cells right now because I am licking this CD.
Billy Zane says you got to keep it in the fridge if you open it. Chris says, actually, no, you don't. It will store for years like peanut butter out of the fridge because of mega preservatives. I used to put Cheese Whiz on side pretzels.
What's a side pretzel?
That's the pretzel that's not your main pretzel, but you
You
spend
got
time with it.
yeah. That's your bottom pretzel.
I wish I could meet the no belly button man. Post a pic if you can. Oh, it's great.
Well, I don't. I'm afraid I don't have pictures of my childhood neighbor's dad.
Where do you stand on Velveeta?
I stand strongly on it. In fact, I think you can stand pretty strong. You could build a house out of that shit if you wanted to.
I didn't really know what the taste of real cheese was like for the first 10 years of my life. A lot of kids eating on a budget in our family, and
You had government cheese?
all we had was Velveeta. No, it was brand name Velveeta.
I
But
like
that's
Velveeta. I
all we
don't see.
had.
I don't have any problem with processed cheese. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I didn't then, but then my grandparents had real food, and once I got a little taste of Colby cheese, I could never eat Velveeta again.
Who's Colby?
The guy that invented that brand of cheese, I assume.
You tasted
Velveeta
it?
is the cheese of the elites. Goat cheese. I like Colby cheese. You can't find it. You can find Cole Jack, Colby and Monterey Jack, but Velveeta is worse cheese.
I think Velveeta is just fine. And if I'm having a Philly cheesesteak, I want Cheese Whiz 100%. You better don't try to give me
Really?
provolone. Yuck.
Oh. I
The
like
worst
provolone.
cheese ever. The cheese of no imagination.
I like a Colby Bryant. I like on my pizza. I like a combination of mozzarella with a little
How can you
provolone
even tell?
for taste.
How do you even know? Provolone tastes like nothing.
It has a sharpness to it.
Oh,
that,
what?
mozzarella doesn't have.
Sharpness? What,
Yep.
in what world? What kind of provolone are you getting?
The good kind.
Oh, Lord. I've never eaten a piece of provolone where I could tell the difference between it and just a skin flake.
That's what makes God's world beautiful.
Is it?
Yep. I also like, not on my pizza, but I think one of the great underrated cheeses is Munster.
I'm not a Munster fan. I'm a fan of the Munsters, but I'm not... The cheese I'm not big on. That Herman, though, is quite a character. He makes my hair stand all the way up.
Al Capone's mob cheese. If you ever see Parmesan cheese, like over in Italy, they cure that crap for 20 years. You get a piece of that that's just like super expensive, and I've had some of this stuff before. Mine was only cured for like 7 or 8 years. God, was it good. Swiss cheese overrated. I agree. Swiss is better than provolone. I do not agree.
I don't really like Swiss that much either, now that I think about
Well,
it.
Swiss doesn't taste like anything.
When you know what? You never see Swiss anymore. Isn't that crazy?
You do sometimes if you have like an office function and they make a bunch of little sandwiches.
Yeah.
Some of them might have Swiss on them.
I don't think I've seen Swiss on a menu in years.
Real Italian provolone is amazing. If you get it from Domino's, it sucks. Have to agree with that.
Well, I'm not
Jesse,
getting provolone from Domino's.
I
don't
taste
know.
nothing when I eat provolone. You got to get the good
It's
stuff.
nothing. It is nothing. It is the absolute blandest of cheeses I've ever
I
had.
agree so much with Chris here. Blue cheese is one of the few. I cannot. Blue cheese, it's like it's been eaten already.
I love blue cheese. Give me a nice, veiny, moldy, stinky blue cheese.
Goat says, did y'all watch Rob Zombie rendition of the mustard? I can't watch anything by Rob Zombie. Nothing.
I didn't know he had become a cheesemonger.
His version of the mustard, but I've got that movie, what's it called, 35 or something with Doom. I have never seen, everybody always tells me, oh, it's so great, so great. I can't watch 3 minutes of one of his movies. They're derivative of all the good exploitation movies. He packs them with old TV stars. He uses lines from Charles Manson in old movies. He sucks.
Do you know his song Dragula?
I don't listen to his music either.
I have a version of that.
You talking about Emmentaler there, Billy Zane? No, Manager Grimm, I haven't. Hey, I'm
Never had
Sky.
Dixie.
No, Manager Grimm, what's it taste like? Tell us. Hey, I'm Sky. Burger melted with Swiss cheese and provolone. I can't put that up there.
Swiss and provolone. You might as well just not bother having cheese. I mean,
Christian Slater says, well, really thought this was a spider episode. Okay.
no,
Chris,
this is a cheese episode. Now, you know what a really good cheese is?
spider flavored?
An oft overlooked cheese really hasn't gotten its due. Havarti.
It's pretty good. I don't mind Havarti.
Havarti is an excellent cheese.
What about Edam?
It's fine.
What about, I should go through the list. You're going to think this is funny. My mom bought this like sort of piece of artwork that had all the cheeses listed on them in our kitchen near our dining table. Mushroom Swiss melt is popular burger. It's popular here too. Christian, just to keep Christian Slater happy, have you ever found a spider on your cheese, Jesse?
No, I don't think so.
Let me see if I can find.
Maybe that's where the holes in Swiss come from.
It could be. It very well could be. Let me see if I
Is
can
them
find
laying their egg sacs inside of milk.
I do have to say it was a damn good poster. It was all the cheeses of the world. And that's the kind of thing that we had at our house. I'm going to ask her, when I talk to her next Monday, I'm going to say, do you have that cheese poster? I'd like that cheese poster.
By the way, the Tom Venom name, you got to stick with that. Maybe change the name of the channel, the show, the Tom Venom Show. That sounds awesome. I don't know if you know this about me. I've recently changed my name.
You're Jesse X.
I'm Jesse X now. From the warped mind of Jesse X. Imagine from the twisted mind of Tom Venom, the Tom Venom Show.
How do you feel about Camembert?
I don't think it's a better name than Tom Venom, but if you went by it, it wouldn't shock me, really.
Feta is one of my most favorite.
I like feta.
Hate Gorgonzola. Hate Gouda with a passion.
Gorgonzola. I'm not a Gouda liker either. I think it's not very Gouda.
Gruyere is okay. Havarti, very good. Mascarpone. Yeah. Parmigiano Reggiano, outstanding. Romano is good, actually. Just to add in.
I love Parmesan. In my house, we call it dad cheese.
Why do you call it dad cheese?
I don't know. I guess I put it on a lot of stuff, and then my kids think it's just for me because I eat it a lot, and so they call it dad cheese.
When I make the What's It To You line of clothing on my merch store, should I make my name Tom Venom underneath that?
I'm telling you, change everything to Tom. Tom Venom is a dastardly name. I mean, it is excellent.
Well, why do I want to be dastardly?
Because that's how you bring in the bitches. That's how
I'm already bringing in the
That's
bitches.
how you get.
They just don't happen to be women.
That's how you get a little heat on you. When people start hearing about Tom Venom, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, who that boy?"
Christian Slater said the show really went downhill. He says, you're going to have to rename this episode. We haven't shown any pictures of cheese, and a solid hour of the show was about cheese.
Imagine you start calling yourself Tom Venom. All the women are like, "Ooh, who that boy?" You know, you're going to get an audience filled with black widows. I don't know. I guess they're not widows if their husband's just in jail or left them.
Well, you do see a lot of cheese at funerals. I have never heard of the Parmesan bugs. Was Velveeta on that poster? It was not. It's not.
You must have been confused then, since all you knew was Velveeta. We got a poster filled with every type of cheese.
Chris would like to be Night Train. If we're picking new names.
Yeah, that's a cool name.
Night Train Chris.
Yeah, everybody in chat, pick your new names. I'm Jesse X. This is Tom Venom.
What's the best cheese for a cheese ball? I don't even know what the cheese in a cheese ball is. As long as it's coated with the ham, I don't care what.
I think it's cheddar.
Sometimes it's cheddar. Sometimes it's like a white, almost dip-like concoction.
Now, how do you feel about a pimento?
Oh, I'm not crazy about it.
It's the caviar of the South, Tom.
Yeah, they can have it.
I like pimento cheese.
Tom Venom sounds great until you hear about Crayola and marbles. Shows I've done. Night Train in the house. I want to be, Music Biz Marty. Music Biz Marty.
What does he want to be? What does he want to be?
A good name. He wants to be something I care not to say.
I want to know.
You can read it. not aloud, but
That's not a very inventive name, Marty. Jeez.
what about olive loaf? You know, I didn't used to like pimento loaf or olive loaf. And as I've gotten older, I don't mind it. It's okay. I mean, I'll settle for it. Didn't Music Biz Marty die, asks Cast Iron. Yeah, well, everywhere but here. We're the one portal that he has. Jesse, what's coming up on the Pod Awful network?
Nothing.
What's the next show?
I don't think I'm going to do any more shows.
No, I'm pretty sure you're gonna. I'm told your next show you would be unveiling a heretofore very difficult to hear comedy concert.
Yeah, I've got this long-awaited album by Mersh, Menace to Sobriety, and the way I got it is very interesting. It's very funny as well, even if the album itself is not. But yeah, I don't know. That might not be the next episode. I might do something else before that.
I had a very conflicting thing happen to me today, or recently actually.
Gender dysphoria.
On the one hand, it's like it was bittersweet. It was because half of it I was very, very excited and happy about, and the other half just crushed me. I'm sure you know of the internet character Little Lemme.
Is that a girl in the Dabbleverse?
Well, yes, but she was married, I think, to Granny.
Yeah, I was on a show with them one time.
Yes. Now, whereas I think Granny is a hopeless tool and just one of the worst people and spectacularly unfunny and destined for just pain, misery, and failure, I always found Lemmy to be very logical, reasoned, poised, Yeah,
I believe my takeaway from the episode of whatever show I was on with him, that Granny was an insufferable retard and Lemmy was the only voice of reason on the entire panel. I
find out that she kicked him to the curb.
Wow.
Which made
so
me...
she's available. You're saying she's...
No, she's half my age, and well, she is...
I didn't mean for you. I meant for me.
You'd have to ask her about that, but...
I meant for me. I'm going to claim... Can I just claim... Has anybody claimed her yet?
I don't know. You'd have to ask her. But the point being, I really don't like Granny. I think that's pretty well documented on the internet, and I have good reason, and so that made me very happy. I'm like, wow, it's good that she got away from that malignant loser. But then I find out, and this was crushing, she's a fan of Mersh.
Well, some of these people are just quote unquote fans of anybody, so
it was bittersweet.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna, me, I don't castigate people for their beliefs. So,
well, that's why sometimes you just got to claim them. Like, for instance, I just tweeted out, I am now dating at Little Lemmy.
Did you now?
Yeah, so
it's gonna go over big with the wife.
She's gonna have to live with it.
Jared says, "Can I legally call it comedy though? Can't wait for this comedy album. Can I?"
Oh man,
I guess most of it will be other people's jokes.
It's rough. I gave it a preview and it's rough.
Oh, Lemmy liked having me in the chat today. Well, I don't know why, but Lemmy was the only panelist on the. Oh, hey now. I know that it bugged them because several times on that when you were singing my praises, and they didn't like that. To both of you, what's your thoughts on the Stuttering John Loud? Said I have no thoughts on that. Stella's laughing.
By the way, Tom, you're officially on the Pod Awful TV network right now. I did put your stream on my website. So
On your website?
yeah, on podawful.tv, I shot out an email blast to everybody to come watch. And
That's fine.
what do you mean that's fine? I'm trying to help you out here, Tom.
No, I think that's fine. That's
Okay.
wonderful. Lemmy is hanging Royce and Merce's friend Hack the Movie. Is hanging with Royce's and Merce's friend Hack the Movie guy. Well, I think that she's been maybe trapped in a trailer in Florida for a long time. So she's just making friends on the internet. Isn't Shuli hey, easy? Welcome, Tom. Thank you. That's what my friend Comedy Shaman said. The network's a poppin'. The Dabbleverse misses its creator, Tom. Well, it's gonna have to miss me, and I didn't create it. Don't make me responsible for that mess.
You just are the king of it. You own it.
No, if I owned it, I would get rid of it. It's this gleeful touchdown dances over these inept people's lives constantly, and this swirling around them, and it's just that nothing. There's some very talented people in it. A number. There's a few. There's a few.
Don't spread that rumor.
There's a handful, or maybe
name. I dare you to name 4.
Shuli.
Nope.
Producer Joe.
No.
Mike Morse.
Nope.
I don't even think Levy's in the Dabbleverse anymore.
Nope.
The Looney Tunes critic.
What? I don't even know who any of these people are you're talking about.
All right. So there's some, but this deification of Rocco Burrow and all these people is just
Who?
they're not. They're just what they are, I guess. The smug level. The smugness level of some of these people, the potato and the other vegetables and stuff, it's like, why? How can you be that smug?
Their top guy is the puppet. So,
Well, that's one of the guys I just mentioned. And it's like, has no one ever seen Grover on Sesame Street? Is that?
Yeah.
It's just. I was puzzled why Little Lemmy was with Granny. Me too.
I really hate that there's a guy
Tom's
called
fault.
Granny. That like disgusts me. Every time you say it, it hurts.
What do I think about Carl? I think Carl's built himself a nice little business there, but I was watching something, it just popped up on my, I fell asleep and it popped up in my thing, and it's like, and then what's he going to do after he goes to prison? He's going to miss out. And they're just so hip. They're the hippest people in the universe. And whatever the person they're not crazy about does, it's who would ever do that? I've seen their show sometimes and I go, oh, come on. Who plans that in advance? I'm like, a lot of people plan that in advance. Or whatever it happens to be, it's just, it's like you say, it's like Mersh shows up. Mersh doesn't like Aaron. Suddenly, Mersh is viable. No, he's not.
Yeah.
He passed out into his own microphone from doing dabs. That's just one thing.
He's on a redemption arc.
Okay.
This is the thing. You see, Tom, you don't know this. The internet loves currently. This is a thing they're currently into, a redemption arc, and they will force that to happen out of nothing if they can. They love doing that.
Well, anyway, I don't have anything against those people. I just, and if you like them, go like them. Go and go to another DabbleCon in Rochester. Get your car stolen. Who has an event in Rochester, New York? I understand it's convenient for the people that are from Rochester, but Rochester? If there's ever, and you may remember this, Jesse, when we were planning Gully Palooza, where was it going to be? Vegas. It wasn't going to be in Loa, Utah, because that's where I lived. You know, I was thinking about the end user. Anyway, but the Dabbleverse, please. Kevin Brennan, come on, man. And Karmics and these people, it's just, okay, you've built something. You have 25,000 people-ish in your little community. Probably less than that are really committed to it. Look, I have no right or reason to say anything at all. I have a microscopic following. But if you think for 1 second I'm trying to do what you're doing, you're not paying attention.
You kind of touched on one of the things I dislike about it is all these guys are like, it's weird because they're all boomers, right? Like you. But they're also somehow totally new to the internet. And so they'll be going through something that, like, you know, any other person who's been online long enough, they've already seen this thing a million times, and they'll act like it's the craziest thing they've ever experienced. It's so nuts. It's so cringe, and they have no idea. That's like the funniest part. They have no idea how cringe they look all the time. It's really funny.
I'm not new to the internet.
I'm not you, the dabble.
But as we've talked about before, if I wanted to right now, if I wanted to do numbers or anything else, I would just start doing true crime, or I'd start doing political.
Start doing Dabbleverse, Tom. That's why Doom is here. He's ready to clip you.
Believe me, when I see Doom appear,
there's a lot of that's a great comment from
when
Doom.
When I see Doom appear.
Oh, don't clip me saying that, by the way, dude. Don't put that in the fucking beginning. You can't do it because I'm not on camera. Got you, bitch.
Well,
you can't use it. You're going to try to put that at the beginning of, oh, that's a great comment from. You're going to try to put that at the beginning of one of your dumb Mersh clips, gay guy. And don't do it. Okay? Don't do it because it's Dylan Klebold. So you don't really want that kind of smoke on you.
Hey, there's a good reason Doom doesn't clip me. He only clips really popular, interesting people. You're welcome.
It is so funny.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It is so funny that Doom's clips of Mersh get more views than anything Mersh does on his own.
Well, if he put mine up, he'd get more views than I do.
Yeah.
But look, I'm doing something, I'm not going to say intentionally obscure, but intentionally obscure. I don't care. I'm not trying to do anything, but let's do a show. And by the way, does it look like I'm putting more than a half an hour's worth of prep into this thing every night? No, I've been on the radio for ages and ages and ages, so I want to do a show.
See, you know what would be really funny to do, though, Tom, is you do an episode, you call it, let me tell you about, I don't know, Dabbleverse stuff to even put a fill in the blank here. Let me tell you about Lil Lemme, right? And then you get all these people tune in for your take on Lil Lemme, and then you give the Wikipedia entry for 5 minutes at the beginning on Lil Lemme, and then you just start telling them about spiders for the next 2 hours. Do a role reverse, because right now we're supposed to be talking about spiders. We're talking about Dabbleverse because, you know, these guys go into any chat they can to get you to talk about it. But that would be really good if you. Yeah, let me tell you about
look at this.
Shuli.
Look at that right there.
That's obviously.
Well, so
the Dabbleverse.
And by the way, there are people that, like, for instance, Pat Dixon's New York Crime Report. I loved that show. And I like Pat Dixon, but he's on the Mersh train too. And so there's several people like that I'm like, man, there's things that, I mean, you don't have to like everybody I don't have to like everybody you like, but then there's certain fatal strains. And it's like, Mersh, if you like Mersh, I can't abide that. That's just, you can't see that guy is what he is.
Yeah, the Mersh Pat Dixon thing's odd too, because Mersh almost got Pat in big trouble when Pat Dixon was on Kumia's network. When I took Mersh to see the Compound studio, The way we got Mersh in there was I know Pat Dixon, and so Pat Dixon got us in there. And I didn't know that Mersh had this thing where he was calling Cumia a pedo and stuff on air. I was trying to like do so. I thought Anthony Cumia was his hero, so I was like trying to do something nice for Mersh while he was in New York. And yeah, Pat Dixon like got in trouble for letting Mersh into the building.
Well,
very odd, very strange the way things worked out.
There's a bunch of people in the Dabbleverse that, you know, if I go into a room and make one comment, the FTGs start coming out, and that's fine. But they're all people that they're just sort of ridiculous, and a lot of them are pay pigs, and you got guys dressing up as pink rabbits, and you got fruit and vegetables, but the smugness level is just like, you know, you're in a potato outfit. How can you be smug? I mean, well, John looks like quite an idiot there, doesn't he? You're in a potato cut. I don't even know what to say about it. And people often say, I try to explain the Dabbleverse to my wife, and it was just like crazy. I couldn't really explain it to her. Yeah, try explaining it to your boss. Take your boss during lunch, sit him down, buy him lunch, and say, I want you to watch this thing I'm really into. See if you have a job at 5 o'clock.
Well, I'm happy to report that, again, I did announce on Twitter my relationship with Little Lemmy. She has agreed to my terms, so
hey, that's cool.
We're now together. I'm now dating the Dabbleverse queen, Little Lemmy.
Oh, I don't think she's the Dabbleverse queen, but I think she'd probably make a better queen.
Who's the queen of the Dabbleverse?
Whoever they would pick. Ooh, who would the queen of the Dabbleverse be? Probably be Anthony Cumia's girlfriend, I would think, or probably Kaylee, but probably Lucy Tightbox. Doom says, "Do you think Shuley can be smug as well?" I think Shuley's kind of character was established on the Howard Stern show, and I think he's just a wise guy. I also will point out Shuley is not dressed up as a potato or an orange or a piece of corn or the Jim Henson character.
Although, how can you tell the difference, really?
I don't know. It's just, it's.
What are the terms of my relationship with Little Lemmy? I'll be feeding her from a trough.
I just wish I could. I wish that, look, there was a certain period of time that some of this stuff I found very interesting, very funny. Was months, not years. And I think I would have found it all super interesting when I was 7 years old, when talking potatoes and talking oranges and
right. Well, the exact same as
Grover, you know,
exact same as professional wrestling. All these guys are into wrestling, a thing you're supposed to get over by the time you're 7 years old as well. So, like, it's no shocker that is the mental level of,
here's the other thing about the Dabbleverse. If you heard people talking about your show the way we're talking about the Dabbleverse right now, you wouldn't care. If the Dabbleverse people hear us talking this way, they are going to lose their minds. It's going to be this, they're going to make it out to be this huge affront, and we came after them with the meat axe. There's not many people listening to this right now. It shouldn't upset you. So anyway, it's not, somebody asked me my opinion, that's my opinion. I mean, I was really into the show that those guys did. I mean, I think those guys, and certainly a lot of their contributors, are very funny people. But after a while, I was like, are we making fun of the same guy that's guaranteed to do something stupid every single day? And John is not Mersh. You know, he's not is nearly as interesting of a fool as Mersh. Not
they
nearly.
They have to really push to get these guys to look as stupid as they pretend they are, and it does work. So these their targets are lolcows to some degree because they do push them into it. But I mean, they're like ruining their lives, pushing them into it, trying to get them arrested and stuff. Like, what is your end goal? You like these guys? They're all obsessed with Aaron Imholt. They want him in jail. What do you do while he's in jail? You know, like how does that behoove you? I don't understand this like death wish mentality they have for these things, but I guess that's like an Opie and Anthony carryover or something like that.
I guess I don't. It's this.
They can't get out of 2007 in their mind.
It's the radio slap fight thing, and they'll make this out to be, a planned ambush. Somebody asked me that after I talked about spiders for an hour, cheese for half an hour, and it just came up.
The spider part was more interesting, by the way. This part
kind of is, I guess.
I will. With that said, I will one day get you. I will like do some behind the scenes machinations, planning with you, and I will get you to come on your show live and bait the Dabbleverse into watching your show. That is going to happen.
Well, he used to come in here.
I know. So it'll be easy.
Some of them were asked to leave.
All you would have to write, literally right now, if you just change the title while you're live to "Let me tell you about Aaron Imholt," boom, they just show up. It's that easy.
I know, but see, the thing is, I have a number of mirrors in my house that I occasionally have to look into. And,
yeah, but you have
take myself
nothing to
seriously.
reconcile. You're like my friend's dad, no belly button. You need no introspection. There's no navel gazing whatsoever.
I know, but
you have no need for it.
They're fine people. If
they aren't. What? They're not.
If I was really interested, I could mention 4 or 5 of them that I think are just absolute laughingstock fools. But within the Dabbleverse, they are the coolest, and that's why they're there. Because anywhere else, they are just not taken seriously.
They are at best grifters and more often than not criminally insane.
Hey, Jesse, let me ask you a question.
Yeah?
Do any of them do a show or a program?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, do you mean like an act? Oh, are you asking me like, do they do a stream or a show?
That's what I'm asking you.
No, they're all streamers. I think they would say that probably.
So it's just most of them are not, because there's some of them that actually do a show, but that most of them are just sort of.
You know what? I don't know too much. I don't think I have ever heard an episode of Who Are These Podcasts outside of
the one you were on.
No, I was never on one. I
thought they did.
No, he refuses to. They like 6-7 years ago, people were begging him to do a show about me, and he was too scared to do it. And not my people, by the way, like people who hate me were begging him to do it. I would say, from what I know about it, and again, I've never heard an episode, but from the little bits I've seen here and there, he probably does a show, because I believe one of the things I saw recently was that they were like making fun of him for like trying and coming up with bits and having pre-planned things and editing stuff. And when I hear, even if it sucks, even if the end result of all of that is bad, when I hear that, I go, well, that sounds like a guy trying to make a show.
He, without question, does a show. He does pre-production. He has clips. He has a set, itinerary for what he's doing.
Yeah.
Without question. Shuli and those guys do as well. The rest of them are opening up a mic, and it's guys at a bar stool talking to each other. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody
else is just streaming for Super Chat.
That's a stream, yes.
Which is, and it's pretty noble, I would say, at this point, or maybe just autistic. I don't know, for that what's his name, Carl, for the Carl guy to still be trying after. He could coast. He could just do what they all do and not put in any effort. And if he still is, and my knowledge of this comes entirely from Mersh recently making fun of him for trying. But if that is true, then, you know, I salute.
Carl also is a little performative in terms of, I don't know. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he gets, for my liking, the reason I don't watch, way too much glee out of the same guy doing the same stupid thing. It's like, man, it's been 3 years now. You can't get that much glee out of it anymore. It can't be that, you know, that much endorphins from, you know what he did this time. Look at him, he's cleaning his house and he just drops them. Oh, it's like, okay, that's.
No, I think you can. I mean, that is, you can just enjoy the same type of thing over and over. But
I don't have that.
I like variations on a theme at the very least. There might be.
Incidentally, Carl also does other shows. I mean, they are definitively shows, without question.
Yeah, he did. The way I even found out about him is he did some show. I can't remember what it's called now, but it was like a copy of a show that I used to do called Cringe versus Cringe. Apparently,
he does the creep off.
I think that is it. Yeah, he like totally ripped off my format. It was crazy. But I've never heard it. I just have been told that by multiple people. It might not be true.
I've been trying to get you to have like a brand utopia. All of your followers meet somewhere. You don't want to do it. I kind of want to do one. I don't have enough followers.
Wait, what are you saying? Like a real world meetup?
Yes, I say
that's coming. Well, that would have happened by now, but every time you cancel,
I combine. Let's say we combine them, and we have it in Rochester, New York. Well, no, that's not at all what we were talking about. That was just a bunch of people close to where I live.
Yeah, or are we all? Or wasn't everybody supposed to go to medieval times?
Yeah, but somebody, I'm not going to mention any names, decided to be a certain way. And
there's going to be a lot of real world activities coming up here very soon with Pod Awful. It's going to get interesting.
Every show in the day, I was just watches Doom clips and collects super chats. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I have gotten $6 in super chats here. I don't want to make anybody in the chat or watching the program feel bad. Mersh makes more in one night than I make in a month. And you people shouldn't be able to sleep at night thinking about that. You really shouldn't.
In fairness, though, if you put in the hours that Mersh has put in to garner an audience of drug addicts whose sole income is an SSI check, you too could make $250 to $350.
Well, and that's one thing I will mention is this is a long show we're having tonight. My show recently, for a long time, is only about an hour. So
I will have to warn you, though, that it is very possible that one night you might make $500 and it turns out that guy was on OxyContin and he's going to ask for his money back right after.
Well, and also, when you do that sort of thing, you make some money, this and that, and then you wake up and there's a ton of unmixed cement, of saccharine in front of your house. There's a trade-off there.
Yeah, well, no, that was another win for the toe because he did better by us sending him cement. He actually gave it away to Mexicans, and that helped him somehow.
Well, Judy Tester says, Tom, you got to get on Super Tips so that people can pay $15 for Ronald Reagan to call you gay or something.
Well, soon you will be able to do that. From what I've been told, they're opening up Super Tips for everyone to use next month or something.
Right now, you've got to be approved for it or something.
Yeah, I think they're going wide with it soon.
I tell you what, if they don't take 30% of it, I'll be all over that.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up for it and then clone all of the, technology for it, and then just do it myself without the middleman.
Well, I can tell you in advance, whatever I need to do, you can use my voice for your super tip.
Thank
Not that
God.
you couldn't already.
I was going to for sure either way, but yeah, thank you, Tom. The voice of Pod Awful, by the way, Tom Gulley, Tom Venom, the voice of Pod Awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
That's me.
And you don't mind if I use you as the voice of Pod Awful?
I can't stop you.
You can't stop me. That's so true. I love that. I love that about you, Tom.
Well, what was it last night? Somebody said, do you want to hear what the anagram or whatever they said? And I went, do I have a choice?
Oh, yeah. Tom has the funniest anagram for his name. Tom Gulley. Was it Thomas Gulley is an anagram for?
I don't remember.
I think it was Molesty Laugh.
Let me see.
So
Let me see here.
good. Molesty Laugh. Tom Gulley.
Let me see. I'm sure that he just put it into
Thomas Gulley.
Let me see. There's an anagram generator here.
Thomas Gulley, Molesty Laugh. And then we had a good one for Mersh, too. We came up with a bunch of them. There's a pretty good one for Mersh, but now I can't remember what it was.
Let's see here. They're making them right now. Allie. Sorry. Allie Mugshot. Galley Mouths. Ghouls Tamely. Hoagie Mullets. There's a lot of good ones in here. Lamely Sought.
Yeah, none of those are as good as Molesty Laugh.
I'm getting close to the other. I haven't gone through them all yet, but I'm sure there is some good ones. But whatever.
What?
Yeah. Whatever. Let's see. The thing is, you can blatantly break TOS by using AI of people without permission, and nobody cares. I hope not. Well, you can. I'm sure they've got a thing in there to exclude certain words, or maybe not. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
Well, I have permission. You gave me permission.
Oh yeah, I gave you permission because I can't stop you.
That's one of the funny things about Mersh whining or joining Super Tips is he was whining that they were just using his voice without permission before. And now he's like, oh, great. That's fine that you've been doing that the whole time. Now that I get to have some money too.
Yeah.
It's very funny. All right, Tom, I got to go. Great show. Thank you for teaching us about whatever those things with the legs are called.
Spiders.
Whatever. Bye.
And the cheese. See you later. That was Jessie from the place there. Oh, look, it's little Lemmy. She says, oh, my God, real Tom Gulley. Yeah, it's really me. We were just talking about you. Earlier. I was I don't know what the hell has happened over here. Anyway, yeah, Lemmy is Jesse's girl, apparently. Unless that's not little Lemmy, and we'll never know, really. If it is, we were just talking about you. If it's not, we weren't really just talking about you. Chris says Lemmy rules. She does. She's good. But it's bittersweet. On the one hand, I'm so happy for her. And I've always thought, I remember when John was on some show she was on, and John was all, and she was just poised. And why would you say that? Did you not? And she was and she's always been that way. And she's lost some unwanted pounds. And that's great. That's really great. But also, she likes Mersh. So Nick Ricada got his other lawyer was his new super technically. Well, that's good. Your new boyfriend was just here. Jesse's the new boyfriend, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm almost out of free StreamYard minutes here. Let's just see. Shall we? Let me just see here. My account. It resets on Sunday, so I don't really care, man. And then I go back to an hour and I say, oh, this is where it was before. So that's 18. Have I done 2 hours yet? Nope, but I'm pretty close. So I'm going to have to get the hay out of here. Let's go through some of your comments real quickly, and then I'll get the hay out of here. I like everyone except Aaron and Gino. Well, I like is everyone except Aaron and Felicia. LOL. And Carl. Jared, thank you so much. Chris, thank you so much. Lemmy versus Kate Meany. It's a classic. Gotta watch, Tom. I've seen it. That was another one of the ones. So go ahead. Destroy me, please. You said earlier you were going to destroy me. So go ahead. Start destroying me. Gino Money. Well, what's his wife's name? Canoe. Ghost, thank you. You have a great night yourself. She's just main character syndrome. And just, well, so Carl said to me, and of course, I know exactly what's going on. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, you're not quite that hip. I made a similar situation. You're in a similar situation. Kiki. The outcome won't be much different. I do not know what that all means. I'm sure it means something. I'm just not smart enough to figure it out. However, Monday night we will be doing a show on Mr. Rogers. Tonight, of course, we did Black Widow spiders. Then we did cheese. Then Jesse came on, and I was roped into a discussion of the Dabbleverse. I stand by everything I said. I don't hate them. I'm done. It's just gotten tiresome. Quite unrewarding. I'm sorry. So anyway, Tom won again. I don't win again. All right. Hey kids, with all that being said, thanks for the $6, folks. By the way, membership's just $2.99 a month, the best value on the internet. Thank you for joining us in the most cheerful chat room on the internet. And with all that being said, I think the only thing left to say is, till next time, we'll see you next time.
1, 2, 3, 4. They call me Mr. Gulley. I've got something for your ear. Now it might sound kind of funny, but I'll make it very clear. So what we talking about? We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin, and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. Here we go now. I'm talking about Mr. Gulley, and you don't know where he's been. Oh no, he's been right in your alley. Well, I'm Mr. Gulley, yes I am. So what we talking about?